right, welcome to That One DnD Livestream, where we're going to do exactly that. We are going to live stream the hell out of some Dungeons and Dragons. My name's Matt. Not that Matt. Not the other Matt either. No. But I'm Matt, and I'm going to be your Dungeon Master, and we are just so excited. This is our first live stream session for this group, and I am so proud and excited to be playing with my family and some close friends that I've known for such a long time. So let's send it around the table so you know everybody that's going to be playing, and then we're going to dig right into the game.
I'm Tracy, and I'm playing Temperance.
And I'm Jim, and I'm playing Pierce.
I am Maddie, and I'm going to be playing Jolvis.
I'm Landon, I'm playing Disco.
And I'm Sean, I'm playing Fat Gil.
Fat Gil.
All right, and as the sessions unfold, you'll get that sense of who the characters are and what they're all about. And if you go out to our Twitch, we have videos that are posted by everybody, so you can get, again, a better sense of who the players are, what they're all about, if you haven't seen them already. So, with that, let's start the campaign. All right, so twin suns rise out of the west, lifting over the horizon of the Sabak Sea, casting light onto the city of Dragasani. The light cascades through gaps in the curtains of the Drazik Manor House, where the night before, Lady Drazik decided to hold one of her celebrations, one of her parties that she's known for. And as the sun begins to cut in through the gap in the curtains, Jolvis, you are hiding behind one of the drapes on the second floor. Now, the staff has been busy for the last hour, just going through the rooms, just cleaning things up, rousting some of the patrons of the party who decided to spend the night, sending them on their way. You have been able to hide quite easily from them as you've moved from room to room, kind of getting a sense of what's on this particular level of the manor house. You know that a couple of your companions are upstairs on the fourth floor in Lady Drazek's boudoir with her.
Indeed we are.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, a couple of maids pass by, and they're moving very quickly, talking briefly to themselves, and you can get you catch a couple of snippets in their talk with each other, something about, the elves are coming, something you hear like the ships left last night.
There were elves here too?
I don't remember that. That could have been a dragons. I would not remember.
It was also dark and awesome, so...
So you have spent most of the evening, after the party wound down about 2.5 hours ago, you have spent that time in between just, kind of getting a sense of what the place is all about.
Okay.
What do you do?
I would like to look around and see if there's anything valuable in my immediate...
Okay. So,
Because why waste this opportunity, right? I mean, it seems wasteful to not do that.
Sure.
That's right. Give me an investigation check.
Here's what do you think that Jolvis is doing right now in this instant?
Oh, I have a pretty good idea what Jolvis is doing.
Me too.
But it's not as fun as what we're doing!
As all the other guests. Shh.
Sorry. I sing him back to
Sounds
sleep.
good.
Oh, that is a nat 1. What a way to start.
Yeah! First roll! the session.
Everybody's unconscious, so don't you get advantage?
So you'll spend the
That
next...
should be total advantage, absolutely.
Wow.
You have got us off to a great start with that. Okay.
That was good.
So,
Right.
you slip out from your hiding space behind the drapes and kind of work your way along the floor. And after maybe 30 seconds of just picking up, just plain glasses and empty bottles and, burned out pipes and things like that, you pretty much have figured you're at that point where you're not certain you're going to find anything that's left out of value, at least that's small enough to pocket. There are massive paintings, huge sculptures, busts of former kings, deceased kings and queens and things like that. At least that's what you're guessing from the look of them. But at that, overall, you're not really seeing that much. And at this point, you've worked your way down this narrow hall between some of the rooms to the landing overlooking the foyer of this manor house. And you can see maids down below. They're beginning to light things, pulling curtains back, They're taking one guest who's staggering along and kind of guiding them to the front door. And as they get to the doors burst open. And in comes a mountain of a man with a thick fur coat or cape draped over his shoulders. Leaning in, behind him are several of you recognize immediately as the house guards. And he just storms across the foyer and begins to make for the stairs.
Okay.
The strippers must be here. They're very late.
I'm hearing
Was it
sounds downstairs.
we passed up.
Something's
With that, we will shift gears to the 4th floor, where Lady Drazik is curled up underneath a pile of furs on her massive bed. The sun is just pouring in through these sheer drapes that hang down over both of the windows to either side of the bed. And she's just sort of tickling at the hairs behind Pierce's ear.
I like that.
And she leans in. Wake up, my darling. The
So
sun is...
soon? Again? Okay, let's go.
The suns are coming up.
Oh, it's morning.
It is morning.
Well, that's okay, because your people aren't going to be back for days, right?
No. My husband is not expected to be back for 2 or 3 days.
Oh, yes.
He is raising money for the war effort.
Well, I'm just glad we could keep you company.
And
Because I know how much he would want you to be happy while he was gone.
Oh, so important.
Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah.
would want you to, how you say, feel good and be pleasured. And that's what we do.
Disco and I are here at your service.
Of course. Whatever you
Yes.
need, Lady
And
Drazik.
she lies back in and kind of turns to her right where Disco is behind her, and she just sort of traces a finger under your chin and then brings it up the side of your face and kind of around the curve of one of your horns, and she says,
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Sometimes they get in the way.
they did not get in the way last night.
No, I used them in ways that I did not even know I could use them. That was so new for me.
Even when we're not at school, we're at school.
She said, it was my pleasure to have you both at my party last night and then to continue partying until the sun came up. And as she's talking, she's a very voluptuous woman. Her hair, just piles of auburn hair that just kind of is just piling out over the pillow to left and right. And your recollection...
This will go under my leg.
Yeah.
First one.
I would put 1.5 more marks on there.
It's been a busy night. It's been a busy night.
We'll finish that one off later. Playing
So-
hard to get.
So Lady Drazik is known for throwing these parties that she calls parlor chats, which is just kind of a code for getting people together and just seeing where things go. And the previous night,
We know where
the
they
go.
party,
Where they go.
not a
which
mystery.
coincided with a call from the Queen for 3 days of celebration to honor the troops who are coming back from the war effort. This particular party, this little chat, got a little bit out of hand. And as she is talking to you and you're kind of trying to recall and piece together the evening, you can hear a little bit of moaning at the foot of the bed, and the covers flip up, and this spiky-haired halfling male pokes his head out and
That must be
looks
the
up
half
at
one.
everybody.
This was
else.
That's the half one.
It's
Oh,
all
that
making
makes so much
sense.
sense.
This phrase, we'll go high, you go low. It makes so much sense
I
now.
understand.
And this halfling's got just this wild tuft of a beard that comes out in every direction. His flesh, skin's very dark, very weathered, and he just looks up at the three of you and he goes, "That was a night. I say that was a night.
That was something
It
that I will never
was.
forget.
Tell me it's not over. Tell me that it's
It's
not
never over.
And-
It's never over.
Do you remember this man's name? Because I don't.
Go ahead and tell him your name.
Oh, that's so rude. I didn't want to
No,
ask
no,
him
no.
for his name.
Help him pronounce your name. With Disco's accent,
It's very hard.
it's very difficult.
That's right. I don't think we all kind of introduced each other last night. We just kind of things just kind of went.
I remember
is the
seeing
best
you
way.
crawling around somewhere at one point, but I don't remember your
Was there a
name.
saddle? There was a saddle?
There might have
I
been
think
a
there was a
saddle.
saddle.
He says, my name is Theodore,
Theodore.
Theodore!
and I'm up here from the Andor Cahoots. So I'm here to help out with the war effort. We're going to do some trading. We're going to get some weapons up here for you guys all to be able to keep on your fight against the elves because,
Yes.
you know,
Someone must fight.
Yes, var. Very important.
a strong Drobada is the kind of Drobada that places like the Cahoots like to have around. So, speaking of strong, I could use another drink.
There's got to be drink.
Oh, for sure.
There must be
yeah.
drink around.
Oh, yeah. I could get us drink.
Look around for like a
Where's
bell.
Dorvis?
Is there like a bell
And
for
the-
a
Where is
meeting?
Dorvis? He has good
Then
things
you
as well.
hear a
More than
voice
drinks.
from behind Disco that says, "Just a second, I'll get it." And this arm
to
just
this.
kind of, you hear a glass get lifted, a bottle lifted up, and it just drapes over your shoulder and brings it in, and it's a bottle of wine. And then this very, very attractive, short-haired blonde woman kind of leans in and says, I don't know about the rest of you, but I am worn out, and I'm wondering, what day is it?
Do we know?
I don't even think that I know what day it is, honestly.
If we know.
Don't ask questions to things you don't want to answer.
Right. With that, we will go back down to the second floor.
Okay. Very alarmed. I'm gonna try to go upstairs
Okay.
as quickly as possible to find my.
All right. So, are you going to try to go with any kind of stealth, or are you just going to run through the? Because there are staff members moving around, cleaning up after the party.
I don't care as much about the staff as much as I care about the scary cloaked man. So I just would like to avoid him at all costs.
So you can hear him coming up the stairs. So there's 2 flights of stairs that go up all the way to the top on either side of a main corridor that goes down.
Okay.
And you can hear him coming up the right.
Okay, I'll run up the left.
Okay? All right, so give me either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Choose wisely.
I will certainly do acrobatics. And I'll do well. Wow, rough start. Okay, that's a 9.
That's a 9.
Start rolling the gummy bears instead.
Okay, so you take off up the left staircase, working your way up. You get to the landing, and as you make your turn, you can see his head coming up. You've lost some ground on him. He's moving quick, and you can hear him say, "Another party! How many parties does she have to throw? This is insane! This is crazy! Well, bring the rest of the guards. We will find out what is going on right now."
Do we hear any?
Do we hear any?
Do we hear any of this?
You hear a party?
Did you hear party?
And then
I heard someone say party.
He sounded angry.
okay, give me another check.
Was it
I'm
party?
concerned.
Oh my gosh, that's another 9.
Okay, so
It's early. It's sleepy.
I guess.
so you went from the second to the third floor, and he caught up to you quick. You now went to the third. You're on the landing of the fourth floor, and his head is coming up just as you're turning the corner.
Okay.
You know that the bedroom is at the far end.
Closest to me or closest to him?
Well,
Well, you're both
you're
coming
coming up from
So we're
opposite
both
sides
this
of the
way,
hallway,
and
and
it's
it's
this
that way.
way.
Yep.
Oof. Okay.
And you can hear as he's coming up.
But he
you
hasn't
can.
seen me yet.
No,
He's just-
you don't know.
I don't
You're not
know.
really paying attention to that. You're moving
True,
quick.
okay.
You just see him come up, and you're just turning and going.
I mean, I'm already little, but I'm gonna.
Right? And
Get as little as you can.
Full chipmunk.
he is in just full rage mode. He's like, "These things cost so much money. What does he think? I'm supposed to take money away from other things for these parties? This is crazy." But
Yeah,
she
I
was
would
so
say that
beautiful.
person outside does sound very mad.
Yeah.
I don't
You
remember
do
that
hear
voice
that,
from
and
the
then-
party.
So in the room, yeah, Lady draws it. She kind of sits up. She's like, "Oh, looks like he has come home a little early this time. Oops,
Your husband?
that I would know his
this
bellow
is-
anywhere."
Very not good.
This could be
Perhaps-
perceived wrong.
Yeah.
So we need to probably
It felt
get
so
up.
right. It felt so right.
Well, so get dressed immediately.
Yeah, she
Start getting dressed.
pulls up the covers up to
I'm
her
good.
chin and says, "Perhaps you'd best go out the window.
Well,
What floor
But
are
if
we
you
on?
are caught here, you're right. It would not look good for any of us."
What floor are we on right now?
You're on the fourth floor, and
Pretty standard.
Oh, this is
Theodore's just he's kind of hearing that, and he's like, "Oh, that's not good," and he just
That's not
rolls
good.
off the end of the bed, his little naked brown butt just goes out one of the covers. Look at down there, and you hear his elbow.
I can't help it. It's cute.
Slap, a little playful slap as he goes away.
His elbow's under the bed. He's kind of working his way up, trying to find a place to hide.
Yeah, I will make for the window. I throw on my robe.
Okay, I need
Stumble over with my sandals. Oh.
Okay, what are you doing? You're at the door. At the door.
The bedroom?
Yeah, to the bedroom, and he's turned the corner heading that way. What are you doing?
Hurry and
Shank him.
run in.
We gotta go!
Stop that.
He won't die immediately. Hurry, guys.
Hey, you grab the door, throw the door open, come in, and Lady Dry goes, "Oh, you're late. You're so late for the party."
Jonas!
I'm not here for that.
Thank goodness you found us.
Okay, we need to get the fuck out
Yes,
of here.
So we've
says
heard.
we need to go
So
out
we've
the
heard.
window. Who is that man behind you? He looks
Well,
angry.
you hear the voice coming down the hall. Who went into her bedroom? If she is in there and she is not alone, heads will roll.
We are almost done cleaning. 1 moment. I'm gonna
You
start.
hear a
climbing
voice
out the
under the
window.
bed go, "Shut the damn door! Shut the door! Shut the door!"
Does the door have a lock on it?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lock it.
Okay.
Behind me. Just
You shut the door, lock it, and then
and
the handle.
what's the situation? The window situation.
Okay, you've
Yeah.
got a very big bed. You've got a tall window to either side.
Okay.
You know that this looks out over a side street. So it's a
Is it
very.
like a balcony? Or?
You don't recall. You didn't really
Green
case the
light?
joint going in. If you go look,
Can
do you
I-
look out the window?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. So you run up, throw the window open, look out. Yeah, there is a ledge, probably about 8-inch ledge
Okay.
that goes all the way down the face of the house
Okay.
and tucks around the sides.
Oh god.
Okay.
When you hear
This is
outside,
so not.
what is going on? My dear, what is going on? Are you alone in there? I hope you are alone in this room!
What is this man? Your husband seems very nice. As I'm leaning out the window.
He's nice at times. He can be.
I don't think this is going to be one of those times.
I don't
Perhaps
think
we
so
should
either.
go.
Darling, give me a moment to get respectable.
There was the girl that gave us the wine. Was that another girl, or was that Lady
That's
Drossy?
another girl.
But
That's
she didn't
another
give
girl.
us her name.
You didn't have time.
Climb out the window and then lean back. Jules, the girl, the pretty one. What was your name?
She says, my name is Winfred.
Winfrey. Oh, that's a very pretty name. Reaching back out to you soon to see what you're doing later this week.
Stop flirting, Disco. We get out of here.
That's
Yes,
right, the
this
door-
girl-
Lock the door. We've got.
Disco, stop flirting, and I lean down and give her a big, huge kiss.
You son of a bitch.
Stop flirting.
You knew that I was going to.
And in her voice, perfectly, I say, "Just a minute, honey." And I look at her and wink, and I go to the door window.
Lady Drowsy says, if only you'd used that last night, that would have been perhaps one of my greatest fantasies. You will come back.
Think about that.
No? And
Oh,
at
we
that,
will come back.
the door just explodes open.
We took too
And
Cast
long.
a spell.
Lord Okay?
Okay, it's going to be minor illusion. Hopefully, I'm at the window.
Yeah. You are at the window. You're out the window. Where are you? You're out the window too?
Yeah.
Okay, you're on the ledge.
Right in front of us, it's a perfect picture of the window, empty.
Be playing as soon as they move.
And
Okay, so the illusion is. Give me a sleight of hand check, just to make sure from a timing standpoint.
no problem. Sleight of hand.
So you either succeed or you fall out the window.
That is a 20.
20. Oh yeah. So you throw the illusion up just as you kind of step onto the landing, and comes in front of you, and the three of you are outside on this narrow ledge. You're about 4 stories up. This, there's a breeze just kind of blowing around the manor house, and you can hear the sounds down on the street of just the city has come to life. Right? The sun is up. People are piling out.
Totally not conspicuous.
But here, it's probably happening more than once. This is not the first time this has happened, I'm sure.
So the Drozics live in a neighborhood called Temple Crest. So they are on the west side of the Temple district, and this particular house is one of the tallest ones in the neighborhood. Most homes are 2-3 stories high, and if you're looking around, you're looking down onto it. You can see beyond it because Temple Crest on its west edge ends at the sea cliff. And then to its southwest is the harbor. And then beyond that is just the open Sabak Sea. Okay? The backside of the house, if you were to circle around, you would see the 7 spires of the temple. Okay? So, you are standing there, you look down, people are moving back and forth. The street is filling up with servants that are going out to do errands for their houses, for the ladies and gentlemen of the house going out to their business. And as you are looking down, you kind of notice a couple of people like,
Oh, hello. Sorry.
Slap him.
Oh, hello.
is inside the house. You can hear Lord Drozic is just, he's trying to contain his frustration. He's like, another party, and here I find you with this woman. What is going on? I leave to do work for the king. I come back. This is crazy. Wow, I thought you loved me. She's like, of course I love you, my dear. I love you so much. And then from under the bed you hear this.
Oh.
Oh no, the little bomb.
I don't want to hurry anybody, but can we shimmy faster?
Do you see any big piles of hay down below us or
What
anything
is
like
below us?
that?
That's a very
Is
good
there
question.
anything that we can
Is there fabric stands?
we
So
climb?
you were
cushions and
looking out
cushions and pillows?
in front of you. It's a 3-story drop. It's open. Let's see if there's any carts or wagons going by.
That would be
Very fortuitous.
None that you can see that are close. Right? There is one coming along, a fairly large wagon. Looks like it's got crates and boxes in the back of it. Nothing soft to land on. You are are you standing in the space between the 2 windows?
I mean, we would have
Yeah.
gotten away from
So
them.
I'm focusing on the spell so that it's
Yes.
maintained. But so we can be anywhere we want to, but not for long. Once he approaches the window, his hands will go right through what he sees as a window.
Jorvis, you have done all sorts of things like this, yeah. You have done... I see you jump and do cool flips sometimes when you're out late at night scoping places out.
Yes, I
How do we get the fuck off of this roof without dying?
Are there any like vines or anything that I could?
Not on the front of the
fall
house.
down,
You
or-
so
like
the
lattices.
so
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
like
lattice is what I was
vines.
For like a
Tarzan it.
Not that would be fun.
do a perception check.
Okay.
In fact, all 3 of you do a
Yeah.
perception
Okay.
check.
Oh, baby.
Cocked dice.
That is
Less
a
cocked, but bad.
1, not that.
Wow,
Oh,
nice. Nice.
You would have managed to do one.
8.
8.
I got a 9.
A 9. You
We also
are
are gonna
off
get
to
caught.
a
Well,
roaring
we're
start.
really
These guys
busy.
are
I mean, we're trying to hold illusions. We're trying not to die. We're looking
I'm
for
still putting my
lattices,
pants on.
vines.
You're hungover.
He's still got his pants off. I mean, we're very hungover.
Wait.
So on the
There's nothing to be ashamed of.
So on the front of the house, you aren't getting a sense that there's anything you can grab to climb down. You can see that this ledge continues around both sides of the house. But mostly, you're just preoccupied with the sound of Theodore being dragged from under the bed by his ankles.
Oh no.
And the lord of the house,
Okay.
Lord
Spell.
Drozic, saying, "You think you can sleep with wife and get away with it?" And he's like, "Oh, I ain't getting away with it. But those ones that went out the window, they probably think they're going to get away with it."
Why would you
And
do
then all
that?
you hear is just and a lot of halfling yelps and
That sounds very
howls and-
silly.
That sounds bad.
That's what it sounded like last night. Alright, are we going left or right?
It won't matter. Matt, I
And
look
a head
over- I
pokes
look-
through the
I
illusion.
look, okay, right there. I was going
Right.
to cast a spell, right?
Okay.
And in her voice, I sing, "Good night, my darling. Now it's time to sleep. Awake again for another day." And everybody in that room,
Sleep. Okay.
That's
Give me the so roll the effects.
okay.
not that I don't have
Spells of
faith in chaos,
debauchery.
but we can for sure keep like me.
Yeah.
And the 14, those are good rolls. Cocked. 14, 15, 17, 25.
25. Okay.
Gotta
So
center right on him, obviously. Right?
oh yeah. So the illusion goes and this guard just cascades. His upper body goes out the window.
We're kind of there, so if I can push him back
He
in, I
just
will.
kind of slumps down onto the frame, and then you hear Lady Drozic going. "Please." She's like she doesn't even really know what's going on over here. She says, "Don't be don't." and the halfling Theodore's just like, oh, all right, let's go. and
It's time to go. We have to go.
We're already
And I
shitty.
said, yeah, we're
and
moving.
then
We're moving.
you hear more. You hear
Wait,
other
yeah,
footsteps
keep
coming to
them
the
hold on.
window. He's like, it's time to kill some very, very unfortunate people.
How far
Windows
along
are
we?
so
We must have been-
dirty. Let's see where he
Okay.
cleans them.
Where's it going? Where's
Give me
it
an
going?
athletics or an acrobatics check. Which
Acrobatics.
direction are you going? Are you, as you're looking
Or
at the house, are you going to the north of the house or the south of the house?
Oh my god, I rolled another nat.
Oh my!
Oh,
so
shit.
humbling.
Ah!
Okay.
So in 10
we were
minutes,
gonna
we'll
go
be doing
left.
a new live stream.
We were facing towards the window.
You're facing the house. You're going
We'd
to your
start
left.
going left and just keeping kind of handhold.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go the same direction. We'll just all go the same.
I got an 11.
11.
I got a
Jorvis, where do we go next?
15.
Jorvis, no!
So this is a good time to introduce to everybody that we do include inspiration in our game. So
Oh, very
if
nice.
Jolvis would like to use his inspiration to not go tumbling down off of this narrow
I think
ledge.
he might.
That's a good
Okay,
So
so
that would be it.
so you don't, yeah. So roll it again and tell us what you do as you avoid, as you feel, as Jolvis feels his foot slipping.
Boy.
Let's see what happens. Actually,
You see Disco's.
I need to buy
He
new
feels
dice.
his other foot
This
slipping.
is absurd.
You see Disco's
That's a
tail
7.
moving
A
around.
7?
and another
It's better
thing
than a
pretty
1.
Close.
That is better than
Way
one.
better than a
that's right. So
Not great.
as everybody starts to slide to the left, Jolvis gets right in front of the window, and another guard pokes their head out, and Jolvis is like, ah! Feet slide out from under you. Give me one more check to grab that ledge.
Can we help?
Is this
we
a-
can grab
You can, yeah,
Jorvis?
you can
Is this
give
a saving
some,
throw?
give some assistance.
So
yeah.
so advantage.
Advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I reach out.
roll it twice.
At advantage?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, what is this? Acrobatics?
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics,
Well,
whichever.
14.
14. Okay. So
Like,
so
oh no, we're gonna
your
lose.
feet slip out from it. You start to fall down, and Pierce reaches out and just grabs your hand and swings you behind him.
Big stand.
And the guard pokes his head out. They're here! They're here! There's 3 of them! And he reaches for whoever's the closest, which
I
is going
grab
to be
him.
you.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Okay,
Wait,
so
I'm
let's roll
closest.
initiative.
If I by the window,
Roll
they got
initiative.
pushed.
Roll
Oh, no,
initiative.
Yeah, I
it's
kind
not
of saw
good.
us by the window too, but that's good.
Oh my god.
Oh,
We're rolling
it's
initiative here. All right.
I guess we should all roll. Yes.
Oh my goodness sakes. Okay.
We have a lot of dice in this tray. It's like every dice comes up cocked because I have like 40 dice in
Even
the
an
tray.
extra D20 I could borrow?
We have
I
a lot.
sure do.
Yeah.
I
Matt.
sure
Mine are
do.
not being very
Yeah.
nice.
Are you wanting? Are you gonna like
You're welcome.
just run down the line, or do you just want us to shout out what we got?
Just one second.
Okay. This is so pretty. Look at the view from up. Oh no, there's a god.
Okay. 20 to 25.
Nope.
Okay. 15 to 20.
17.
17. Okay, the guard's got a 19. Oh, we'll do it this way. And then
Well,
you
we're
got a
kind of
17?
busy. Yeah, I got a 17. I mean, we're doing
All right.
stuff. What's he doing? Just looking out the window.
10 to 15. 5 to 10.
Oh, I got C5.
8 to
I got an 8.
Oh, all right. I keep putting these the wrong way.
Can you tell that he spelled your name wrong?
I did. Spelled it with a U. 2 U's. I'm so bad.
Julvis.
Okay. So the guard reaches out to the closest of you that he thinks he can get a hands on, and that's going to be Disco. So he reaches to the left
Who's
to grab
playing with my tail? Dorvis. Ah!
and he will miss with a 7, I
Give
think.
him a little slap
So-
on the chin.
You kind of step back a little bit, and he kind of he's a little worried about it.
No.
Okay, and then so that's in the 19. Pierce, you're next. What do you do?
Pierce is going to reach out to the. Can I reach back to the guard?
Yeah.
Okay. And I will subtly cast Friends as I whisper in his ear. This isn't what it seems, friend. Trust me when I say you want to let us go. It's very, very important for the lady and the master. Deception, or what do you want?
Deception.
Okay,
Give me
so
the
advantage. That's an 8 plus a.
But you cast friends, right?
Yeah, so that gave me the advantage.
Maybe the answer. Oh, the best you got was an
Yeah.
8.
So 12 is what I got.
You got 12.
I got 12.
And he's like, here she said that he's like, you got to be kidding me! And at that, you hear you see another guard at the opposite window lean out and start to step out of the window onto the ledge with you. Jolvis, what do you do? You're dangling. Well, Pierce is like, hey,
So I literally just like, oh my god.
Let go. You'll be fine.
Shut the.
It's only a 3-story fall from where you are now.
That'd only kill a third level character.
Okay,
so short.
I am gonna try to climb up your arm.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm kind of bracing myself. I'm bracing myself on this guard while
Right,
she.
so I'm gonna
he's
just,
climbing.
Like,
Oh, God.
All right.
do whatever I can.
Athletics or acrobatics, whichever you prefer.
That's a new dice. I've never seen that.
14?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
that was
you
from him.
you just work your way up, grab handfuls of it, get your feet on the ledge. You are back up on sort of steady ground.
How close am I to the guard that's like stepping out?
I would say you. Oh, the one that's stepping out. He's on the other side of
He's
Disco,
outside,
so
okay.
he's away from you.
Okay.
Disco, what do you do?
So I've been cut off.
Well, the guy in the window hasn't stepped out on the ledge yet.
But
the
he
guy
can-
behind you he's stepped out, and he's like,
Oh, the guy behind me.
oh, I got.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm gonna just
you're-
start shimmying. I'm just trying to get shimmied around the corner.
Okay, so
So do I have enough movement to get there?
So here's how it is. Here, you've got the two windows, the space between the windows. The way you guys are moving, you've got Pierce and Jolvis, the guard poking his head out. You're here. You've been cut off, and then you have a guard behind you. So you have guards on both sides of you.
Ooh.
So you can try to get past this guard.
I don't want to. I'm not gonna kill a guard. That would be insane. Okay. I'm just gonna start. So the guy that's behind me on that side, how close is a window to him?
Well, he's actually still in the window
Oh, perfect.
itself.
Okay, I'm just gonna start going in his way, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cast Friends and look at him and go, "Yo, it's very high up here. Would you mind scooting back so I can get past your bite in my way? Thank you, thank you." So that goes.
Give me persuasion with advantage.
Roll true, my friend.
Ooh, okay. That's a 16.
16. He's like, it's very high up here.
I would not want to go
course.
far
And
from
he
here.
kind of leans back in, and you hear him say to the Lord, he's like, "It's very high here. I helped guys so that he
Thank you
doesn't
very much.
fall."
Oh, hello. Bye.
So you shovel past. I still need you to do a give me an athletics or acrobatics on the ledge,
Oh, okay. Yep.
yeah.
Or acrobatics?
or acrobatics.
18.
18. Okay, yeah. So you shovel past him while he's leaning in the window, and the Lord goes, "Are you serious?
You have very
You
nice
should be
dogs.
sleeping on floor with other guard. Get them!" And then you tuck around the corner. Okay.
Dolvis Pierce, this one is very nice. He'll let you right past. Just come on this way.
Okay. So you look around the corner and you can see from this vantage point the peaked roof of the building next door is abutted up to this house.
Oh, okay.
And it's right down at the base of the 3rd floor. So it would be like a 10-foot
This is
drop
like
to
Assassin's
get down to
Creed
that.
shit right now. Okay.
Okay, so top of the order, the guard that is at your side is still. He's now going to try and grab you.
Okay.
He'll miss with a 7. So he's like keeps looking out. He knows if he grabs you, he's probably going to get pulled out.
Yeah. I gotta smile at
checking
him.
you
That's
guys.
that's right. That's smart. That's smart. You're the smart guard. He must be in charge.
Chris, what do you do?
He's being judged.
Besides flatter, you can hear the Lord inside. He's just he's talking to Lady Jaws like, "Why does these things happen? Why I thought it was love, but you bring people in." And she's like, "Darling, it's not what it seems." And the halfling is,
Oh, yeah.
At least he's not being beaten anymore.
Yeah, a little
Let's
bum.
kill about here. Yeah.
Pierce, what do you do?
I'm going to. Does he have a cloak on?
No, he does not. He's wearing leather armor, and he's got a surcoat over the top with the sign of the Drozic house on it.
Okay. It's tucked into his belt, I assume.
Yeah,
So-
tucked into his belt.
Okay. I'm gonna try and find purchase, I guess, to try and kind of drop down to the 3rd floor.
Okay.
Okay. I want to get out of his range.
Shotgun win in the future.
So you could drop down, grab the ledge, and try to get your legs in, and
That's what I'm gonna try to
the
do.
3rd floor
That's what I'm
ledge.
trying to do. Okay. So this is an acrobatics check, and possibly a very important one.
You all rolled up 2nd level for these people and for your characters and 2nd characters, right?
That's a good idea.
That is a 13.
13. Yeah, so you'll kind of he's clawing at you. You kind of lean away. You drop down. You bring your legs over, and you're just like hanging on by one
That makes me
hand, like
nauseous.
fingers,
Thinking about it.
and you can feel like the bird guano just like sliding.
That's
in
probably
your
what.
toes.
Okay, just barely touching.
Not touching. You
Not
still
touching.
Got,
Ooh,
probably
okay.
got about a 2-3 foot drop.
Okay, so that was my move.
That was your move.
my move.
Bonus action. Like.
That's a free action, I think. All right, so I'm going to look up and I'm going to cast Charm Person on this guard who's in the window, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to, hate to be bothered. Would it be possible to just grab the bed sheet and just help me just slightly so I don't die? Charm Person.
Charm Person.
DC 14.
Okay. You see, he's like, 1 second. He's like, please to let me borrow bed sheet. And then it's like the Lord's like, are you crazy? You see the lady is not clothed? You are insane! Where am I? And he starts to yell for other guards. Guards, come in here! I need people who know what they're doing! And the lady's like, no, you're not taking this off of me. And he's like, I must help my friend outside the window. Just pulling. Finally, he gives up on that, and you just hear drapes being torn.
Oh, perfect.
Just, let's see. Jokers, what are you doing?
Okay,
We're like
so
the moral glue
We
here.
totally are. We totally are.
Pierce.
Pierce dropped down. You're standing, so you're not at, the guard can't reach you. Unless he's,
Okay.
and well, he's not there anyways. He's back inside, but you're away from that window.
Okay.
If you have like a grappling hook or something, sort of rope, now would be the time to use it.
I don't know. I'm assuming I heard him ask for this drapes. And
Oh yeah,
hear
and
this
then you
whole
saw
thing
him.
happening.
You saw the guard disappear. The whole thing. He's tearing drapes away. But this is going to kind of be simultaneous with what you're doing, right? So what do you do?
Sure. I'm gonna be. Jeez.
Fireballs.
I don't know. I'd like to think I'd just be waiting for that to happen so that I can hop on your back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She's playing like Frogger with all
We've
you
done this
guys.
before. Yeah, so weigh
you're
nothing.
just gonna,
Absolutely.
You're just gonna okay. For you then, you'll just not be able to do. You're just gonna duck down
Yeah.
through
So
this.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna kind of wait for that to
Just ready.
happen,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna be ready to hop on when I, make my escape.
Sounds good. Disco, what do you do?
Alright. Do I have to like jump, or can I just like safely lower myself down?
You got to do an athletics or acrobatics to safely lower yourself down. But yes.
And if so, the slanted or like the peak of this roof goes down to the landing or a balcony on the third floor, like a way to get in.
No, there's you don't know. You can't see what's in the house directly below you. You can only see that the house next to you is butted up against it. So you're up here. The house is like this. You're on this level, and the roof is right there on the level below you. So you can drop down onto that one.
I'm going to drop down onto that.
Okay. Give me athletics or acrobatics.
10.
Okay. So you drop down, and your feet just kind of slide out from under you, and you're gonna just spread eagle on the pitch of this roof. A couple of wooden shingles break loose and off of it.
Easy
Is that
disco.
evidence?
Easy disco.
We left a lot of evidence in that room, if you know what I'm saying.
Like our faces. Yes, I agree.
That too, yes. They for sure know. Oh, that's not good. I did not think about that.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so I fall down, and then I'm just gonna start booking it towards. What do I see ahead of me? I'm looking.
So ahead of you, you've probably got 4 or 5 different buildings that are just sort of stretched out down the street ahead of you,
And
they all appear to be the same relative height. So there's chimneys poking up. You can see there's like a big, like maybe an eagle's nest that was been built on like a
nice. Good
flat.
and then do I
the city
see any
just
way to
spreads
get
out of
down?
it. No, it's just slanted roofs.
Alright. I'm running to the end of these houses.
Okay, so you're running.
P.S. Jarvis, where I. Oh, that's
So-
not good.
All right. So back around. So back around to the guard. So the guard that's charmed has ripped a drape down and thrown the end of it out the window, and you can hear him. He's tying the other end off, and at that point you hear the lord of the house saying, "You get out of here!" And the guard's like, "No, I gotta help my." Okay, I will get out of here. You're on your own, friend. The sheet is not well tied. And then you see him go away. And then now the Lord of the House leans out at you down there, hanging up by one hand, with a sheet next to you that you have no idea how well secured.
I'm going to try. I got nothing else, so I'm going to try and grab it with the other hand. Is it my turn yet?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I grab it, just kind of test it a little bit, just to kind of get my feeding feels.
That's so
Okay, so I'm just going to do it really kind of like, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this.
Okay, so
Just
you're
kind of grab it and just kind of lower myself. And you're on me? Okay, Joe.
Maybe Jim can see it.
So you're basically you'll
Let's
hold
just
your
roll my dice
initiative
and arms are
for
fine.
Jolvis. Okay, Jolvis, I need athletics or acrobatics to do that,
Yeah, all right.
and then the same thing for you.
Okay.
Oh.
Nat 20.
Nat
Nice.
You got our first nat 1 and our first nat 1.
Bang!
There you
Yeah.
go.
All right,
Okay.
and I get I'll take a 16.
16. All right. So Jolvis leaps onto your shoulders. Hand comes onto the cowl of your shirt, or the collar of your shirt. Knees slide down. You lock your feet onto his hips, and then you just grab the sheet and let go. And Jolvis goes, and you start to slide, but you feel the sheet kind of go.
Okay.
It's going. You're going. It's going with you.
Okay.
So.
Well, I just want to make sure I get to the third floor, get my feet up.
Yeah, the third floor. Yeah, your feet will dunk, and now you go dunk, and I need you to do athletics or acrobatics to not have the little bit of Jolvis' weight take you over backwards.
What the hell am I going to do? I don't know where you all are.
Acrobatics.
You can help. You can help him out, Jolvis.
Druid or something.
And I
There's
think
like
back
a
about this is a really, really important role. It's like I need inspiration for this role to work. And a 23.
23. Okay, yeah. And you just see this crack in the masonry, and
We're good.
and then
We're
the
good.
sheet just goes. And you could just hear the Lord up there, Lord Drazi, saying, "You'll not get away that easy!" And then you hear him heading the other direction.
Okay, we're just booking
Okay.
toward where Disco went,
Okay.
right? Because we want to kind of get away that way. And I yell out, "It's not what it seems!" You go.
Very convincing.
The lady, then you see
Go
Lady
for it.
Drozic leans out and says, "Oh no, it is very much what it seems. You'll come back for the next party, right?"
We'll be there.
So you're booking around the corner.
No, we won't.
Okay. You're running. You look back. You see a guard has come around the side of the fourth floor and has also dropped down.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fast forward. No, freeze.
God, and I don't know
All
where
right.
they are.
So Pierce and Jolvis, you round the corner on the third floor just as a guard drops down onto the peaked roof in front of you. He's about 20 feet ahead of you.
Okay.
So that would be the guard's action. Pierce, you're about 20 feet away. What do you do?
Okay.
So he drops down. He's intent on Disco, who you see just kind of running across the peak of the roof.
That's
So the
how I
guard
run,
drops
cool.
down, and then sees you, then sees Disco, and then turns in your direction to block you from being able to.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Pierce. Hi, Jorvis. I'm running this way.
Any help you can provide would be very helpful.
And now you can hear down on the street below. There's a crowd of people that have gathered out in front, and people. It's just this murmur has just grown into people like cheering at you, going, "Jump, jump!"
What do they expect to happen if we
It's a
jump?
city.
Okay, so I tell the guard, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say, please back up so I can get to that side safely, and then you can take us into custody. Fair enough.
Are you doing it? Is that like?
I just did it
Just
straight
doing
up.
it
I
straight
just
up?
did it straight up.
Just straight
Yeah,
up.
give me a
Straight
persuasion.
up.
Give me a persuasion.
I shouldn't have done it straight up. It's a 10.
It's a 10. And he just says, "Oh no." And then he just starts to walk towards you, and his hand goes to the hilt of his dagger.
Oh my
kind of working out.
What do you think? Show us.
Dagger wasn't a euphemism, right? It's an actual dagger.
All right.
Lord Drazek will be happy that I have caught you.
Well, you haven't caught her. She has.
That is true.
That is true. It's only a matter of steps. Jolvis, what do you do?
Okay, we're on the roof, right?
No, you're still on the ledge of the house. You haven't got to the pitch of the roof. So you're on the ledge, the roof pitches below you. He's at the peak of the roof and he's working towards you.
Oh man. I don't know.
Jump. Jump. I'm with the people in the crowd.
Yeah, are there any trees or anything? I mean, can we risk jumping to like a tree or of some sort? Third floor?
This particular district doesn't have any kind of trees or anything like that. It's been built up quite a bit.
And again, there's nothing I can like scale down.
You
building.
could.
Try.
You're only like where you're at. You're probably only 7 feet from the pitch of the roof. You could jump down to the pitch of the roof. You just run the risk of sliding off. But if you don't, you'll be past him, and you can work your way up to the peak. Or
Oh my.
Jovis?
I kind of want to jump Pierce.
Okay. I say, Jovis, I know you can do this. No matter what happens to me, I know you can make this jump. And you get bardic inspiration.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
all right.
Hold that up so they can see that.
So you can either
Oh, like, where am I showing this?
Don't eat it.
Don't eat, yeah.
That is so
Don't
cool.
eat candy dissecting.
The guard goes, I don't get mug with dice.
All right.
You weren't very nice.
And I'll give you a nod. Thanks, man. See you on the other side.
All right.
I'm gonna freaking leave. Ooh, no.
As expected, the Lord came home early. And as expected, Disco and Pierce just couldn't help but think with their dicks. And on top of that, literally, a little naked brown halfling. Very off-putting. Well, slightly off-putting.
Reroll.
That's a reroll.
Assuming.
Off the table.
Okay. What is this? Acrobatics?
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics, whichever works best for you.
15.
15. Okay, so you just take a look at the guard. You tell Pierce what you're doing. Turn, jump down. You hit the peak of the roof, and one of the shingles just breaks free under your right foot. But you feel your toes just sort of dig in, and you lean into the roof, and you're okay. You just land and look up, and the guard's like, whew. Then concentrates on Pierce. So
One down.
leap down. You're okay. You're about
Thank goodness.
maybe 4 feet away from the house.
Okay.
Disco, what do you do?
Okay,
The
so
guard is not concentrated on. piece of the adventure, but
It should work now.
You can just keep going.
so Gavin, if you're still watching, let us know if the sound picked back up again.
Jovis.
Jovis.
Watch the sequel.
Well, actually, Pierce, you would be next in sequence. Are you having Jovis jump before you, or?
Well, I don't know if Jovis is going to be able to make it. So what are the other options?
Yeah.
What are the other options we see here? Can we go sideways somehow?
Why are you not jumping? Why am I over here and you did not jump? What's...
Yeah. You could, if you look to the right is the street, and the crowd is kind of moving with you. They're like, yeah, some people are eating popcorn. They want to know.
And how
what's
high
going
are we
on.
now? 2 stories up?
You are now. Let's see. You're from the 4th, 3rd. You are 3. You're 3 stories.
Still 3
up.
stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so that way
If
straight.
you go to
what's
the
other
left,
way?
it looks like it butts up against another building to the left, so you could head off that
Building
way.
going up or building going down?
Same level as you.
Okay.
So just like the roofs kind of drop down. You'd have to run down.
Scout
and
ahead!
together. You can see.
Jovis this way.
Okay.
You can see opposite
I'll
you.
see you at home.
On the 3rd floor, there is a window directly opposite of you, with a little balcony off of it.
Perfect. Perfect.
So you got 2 options. You can
In the window.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
and a window.
Leaping down a level and rolling
I thought
into
it
that
was
open
the same
window.
level as us, right?
Well, yeah.
How far away?
Yeah. So you've got rooftops and then the balcony of that floor. So
And
it's,
then how far between those buildings?
about 10 feet.
But you got to drop though. You got to drop.
Yeah, you would have to
Yeah.
drop to get into.
Yeah, that's
that.
a better shot.
Even Dorvis
Yeah.
could maybe possibly make that. I'm
Yeah.
not so sure.
Separate or together?
Your call.
You should throw him. That would be very funny.
I grab Jovis.
Pierce, wait, I was joking.
Brace yourself.
Okay, I trust you.
Oh,
Back it up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Full focus. 17 plus
Oh, okay.
something. Yes.
So you were crossing, or you were aiming for the window?
We're aiming for the window.
Oh,
We're
okay.
gonna
So
go
yeah, you land on you hit that landing perfect, roll in. The window's not open though, so you.
That's all right. That's all right.
Shatters,
I'll take it.
splinters,
I'll
glass
take
goes
it. That's
everywhere.
fine. Good job.
that was amazing, guys. That looked very cool.
Now through the room, wherever that's at.
Okay. So, yeah, you're in the room. You see this old, like, it looks like a dwarf, and he's practicing a fiddle. And you guys. What are you doing?
I look up. Okay. I correct his fingering, and we go.
You see the guards are coming, and they're gonna jump too. So
Oh.
what are you doing?
Jump back the other way. You did such a good job.
Take them head on. I will turn around and just keep running.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the hell out of
So
there.
you keep running.
Well, the one thing I will yell back is, I would not do it. I barely did it with the aid of magic. You're going to die for sure.
And he's like, ah! You puny stupid thing! Ah! And you hear, as you're running out, you hear this twang off of the balcony.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
I want to watch and see if he's still moving when he hits.
You can run back. The other guard is kind of stopped.
Did he grab the rail or anything?
I look at him. I tried to tell you that what would happen.
Okay,
bye.
You looked at, you can see the guard is just like hanging by. He's like an arm draped over the railing. He's like a little stunned, and the one on the other side looks at you and just brings up a crossbow.
Oh, that's not good.
He just got serious.
So you guys are running around inside the building.
Yeah, we're going through the whole
Go
matrix
out of the
routine.
bedroom into a front room. You see a front door. You throw it open. There's a hallway, stairway off to the right.
Yep, we go down. Done. Boom.
Running.
You're running.
Yes.
Okay.
Looking desperately for somewhere to go.
Okay, hear this.
Ha!
It goes sailing about a foot over your head. Okay, you're running. Okay, now, so you guys are in the
You need to
building
work on
heading
your
down.
aim.
You're on the roof. I need you to do give me either athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, 10.
10. Okay, so you look back. You're running along. You look back, and the other guard has kind of backed up. He's made it across, and he's just running, got the crossbow in his hand.
These roofs, this is so annoying. How do I get down from here? Pierce, if you can hear me, I could use some help.
Can I hear him?
Okay,
I don't
so-
know that I can hear him.
Probably not.
You're moving across the rooftop of this particular building. You can see that up ahead there's an elevation drop.
Perfect.
You don't know if there's a building that you just know that is about to end. So
Okay.
as you look off the blank, you can see that it drops down a level. So you got another level down coming up.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah. Is there like a Are they still up against each other, or am I gonna have to jump over like an alleyway?
As far as you can tell, they look like they're up against each other. So
Alright, I'm just gonna sprint for that and get down.
Okay, so you guys are you get down to the ground floor. That's pretty much your full move at that point. And the crowd, you see the crowd moving along. They're all looking up to the top, and you hear people like, "I don't think he's gonna make it. I'll bet you 5 that he makes it." And others are like, there's people out there cheering on the guard, like, "Shoot him again! Shoot him again!"
Hey, such a bloodthirsty crowd.
Yeah, the guard can't load his crossbow while he's running. He's just cruising along after you. He's still about 2 movements behind you, right?
Okay.
About 60 feet. Okay. When you get to the edge of the roof to drop down,
Yep.
I need athletic check back.
Okay. 9.
9. Hey, you leap down. You instead of hitting it dead on, you go one side and start sliding.
And I'm on the 2nd level
You're now
now,
on the
so I'm gonna
2nd
fall
level.
about 20 feet.
About 20 feet.
That's not good.
That's very not good.
But
Bye-bye.
there's a crowd down there. So I'm seeing mosh pit, is what I'm saying.
Hello, people! Please catch me if I fall. Okay.
Stage dive.
I guess I'm gonna just dig in and try and get a hold of something.
Okay.
I'll pull out I have just a dagger from my belt
okay.
and just. Oh, but it is wood. No, it's wood. Yeah.
There, wood shingles.
Trying to
Okay.
hang
So,
on there.
Yeah. So give me a strength check and you try to stab it.
Unfortunate. 10.
10. It's slowing you down, but it's not going to stop
This is
you
not
from...
going to stop me. Alright. 20 feet. That will knock me unconscious. Might not kill me. It's 1d6 for every 10 feet, right? Alright. Okay. Is there anything like chimneys that I can try and grab close by?
There's a wall to your left. You can try to reach out and kind of grab into that. It's, it's like a stucco.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. All right. So,
Strength or acrobatics?
give me a strength check. Athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, 10 then.
10. So again, you got the dagger in this hand, you're grabbing, and your legs go over the edge, and you're going down.
Oh.
Oh,
That's not good.
And you hear
Wait.
that. Okay.
Was I making? Oh, I wasn't making a
Did you use
saving
inspiration?
throw.
Am I worried about what went down in Lady Drossig's bedroom chambers this morning? No. No, honestly, I've woken up in much worse situations, oftentimes with Pierce, and Jorvis is never far. And I would say that we handled the whole thing very well. I climbed on the balcony, which was very high and very scary, so that felt good for me. Nobody got killed. I didn't kill that guard like I was worried I was going to. Although that one did follow me and then fall probably to his death. Though I don't know that for sure. That would be unfortunate. I hope he did not. I hope that he's fine. I did lose some gold, which is very unfortunate. So perhaps I'll need to acquire some more of that. But no, I would say that all in all, it was a very good morning.
Oh, I can do that. Yes, I will use my inspiration.
All right. So you're
I would
just
say
getting to the edge.
Whoever is giving me these powers, it would be very good if I did not die right now. Oh, that's better. 13. Not
13.
by much, but it is better.
it's better.
Okay. So you're just ripping nails off of your left hand, and you feel the dagger slide between a couple of shingles and bite into the ceiling. And your legs are just kicking in the air.
Thank you for that. All right.
Okay,
Now
you two, as you're coming out of the building, you hear the crowd in front of you go, "Ah, he's gonna fall!"
Really?
And then they're like, "Oh."
Okay.
Hey, I can hear all of you. So rude.
Okay.
Hey, Pierce,
Big crowd?
pretty big crowd, yeah, probably 7,500 people.
Okay, so stay low and let's go. And Disco looks like he's okay, so we should be alright. Yes, definitely sounds okay. So we're just gonna kind of shimmy through the crowd, try and get out of there.
Both of you give me a perception check as you enter the crowd.
15.
Perception?
Yep.
That's going to be a 9.
9. Okay, so Jovis is moving through the crowd, and all Jovis can see is backs and shit.
And butts.
Backs and butts.
Gnome's world is a world of butts.
But Pierce looks off to the right through the crowd and can see Lord Drozzig just trying to force his way through the crowd with a couple of guards.
Okay, we're
behind
going
him.
the opposite way.
Yeah.
I grabbed Jovis. This way.
Okay.
All right.
Disco. So you're
I-
on the edge of the roof.
I look down with my free hand. I'm going to grab my pouch with 25 gold piece in it. I'm going to just dump it down directly below me. So all of these gold clouds. Free gold for anybody who can get it first. Come get it. And then if a crowd forms beneath me, I'm letting go. I'm falling into those people.
Well done.
Oh yeah. They're like, coins again. Be like, yeah. It just start piling, and you see probably 15, 20 people immediately just start scrambling for
I'm
coins.
going to aim for the most plump individual I can find. You look good. Let go.
All right, give me an athletics or acrobatics again. Try to
13.
13. Okay, yeah, you. And then you close your eyes. Like you hit the pile. A couple of little kids just get blown out of it. Sorry. And there's just like oofs and screams, grunts, and somebody's like, I got a coin.
That's mine, actually. Please don't take that. I'm going to gather as much of my own gold back up as I can in an instant before I start running.
You'll still take 3 points of damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, you hit it and like you hear one disc go. Oh no!
That's all paper. Yeah. Any golds that I can grab by chance?
Yes, there'll be a few that you can grab.
You'll grab them up.
Five of your goldies. You just gotta run by.
Thank God. Okay. And it's a start. All right. Grabs that, and then just start running.
Okay, start
running. I don't know where you are all going, so I'm just running.
Okay. Yeah, they're ahead of you. You're about one length behind them. Give me a deception.
Ooh,
check.
Oof. That's a nat 1.
Nat 1.
But that turns into a 5. But it is still a nat 1.
All right. You can hear Lord Drozic saying, "There they are! Don't let them get away! 100 gold to whoever captures them for me!" And suddenly the pile just immediately, like,
I've got to capture you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, let's get them!
and in his confusion at pointing, some people have no idea who he's talking about. People just start tackling each other on the street and saying, "Here he is! I have him here! No, I have that one here! Look, it's this one, the Dragonborn!" And
I wish there was a Dragonborn.
Within a few seconds, the street between you and Lord Drozic is just absolute pandemonium and chaos. And even people that were ahead of you were running in this direction saying, "I heard 100 gold! I heard 100 gold!"
We tell them, go that way.
Yeah,
There's
go
100
that
gold.
way.
I think there's gold falling in the
Stop!
streets.
You're sending people my way! I can't get out of here!
That way.
Ouch. Good.
And the
It's
three
just
of you,
gold.
so you manage to just put some distance between you and the mess of the crowd back there, and you can hear Lord Drozic's voice just roaring above the crowd in just rage that you have gotten away.
But we got away.
I guess it's true the morning didn't start out the way I planned. However, I got to jump out a window, and Jolvis didn't die. In fact, no one died that we know of, and we all got away. And the crowd loved it.
Yeah. Totally worth it.
You just really had to get laid.
No, it's not about getting laid, Jolvis. You know this. It's about spreading joy.
Yeah,
It's
that
about-
was really joyful what I just went through.
Well, not later, but
We invited you.
earlier
You
was.
decided to not come with us.
Yeah, no.
It's not our fault.
It's really not our fault. I mean, this is.
The halfling is a little off-putting, I'll be honest.
Surprisingly, he was one of the best parts.
I'm gonna go with disco on this
Is my
one.
tally
I'm
mark?
gonna go with disco.
Am I current? I feel like I'm missing some
I think
people.
you're
as in
missing
that
one
group.
tally.
That's
from
what I
that
thought.
night. I think you're
Okay.
up at 2.5. All right, so
Should make another column for VD.
Disco, Jolvis, and Pierce, you've managed to escape Lady Drozic's husband, who's not very happy. And you kind of recall, this is not the first time you've actually done this during your time here in the city of Dragasani.
Mm-hmm.
So as you kind of collect your wits, kind of catch your breath, and begin to move away from the scene of the passionate crime, we will shift to the other two members of our adventuring party, to a ship that is sailing on the Sabic Sea,
Who are those?
coming in from the west. That would be Temperance and Fatgill, who are on this small keel boat that is staffed, or that is manned by a crew of 3 additional Amazon sailors. Temperance, it is your ship. You're traveling on your personal walkabout. But at this stage of it, you've sort of put the walkabout on hold because you have you believe that you will find your brother Pierce, who you have not seen in a long time, here in the city of Dragasani.
Right.
That he is studying to be a bard. And because you have been doing your own studying, as it were, to become an Amazon warrior, you have been apart for almost as long as you were alive together. So he has no
Longer.
idea. He has no idea that you are coming. As the ship has been sailing, you at a particular port, you encountered this rather colorful lizard folk. Who introduced himself as Thatgill, who told you that it had been prophesied to him that he was to join other individuals, and you were the first of those individuals that he was to join. And somehow he managed to convince you to allow him passage on your ship. You're not 100% sure about him, but you do get the sense that he's not a bad lizard folk. Doesn't mean you harm, and the company on this particular stretch of the voyage is not a bad thing, because up to this point you have dropped off 2 of your Amazon sisters to begin their own walkabouts. So the voyage across the Sabic Sea has been fairly uneventful. The weather has been very good. There hasn't been there's been a lot of ship traffic of note. One thing that you've chosen to sail through the night to ensure that it's continuous sailing. You're not going to stop in a port or anything like that. This is straight sailing to get to Dragasani. As the sun is rising behind you, the city is still a short ways off in the distance. You can see that now. Dragasani is located on the farthest point of land on the northwest corner of this particular stretch of the continent. The sea wraps around to the north of it and goes on into a bay. The city itself has a view out across the sea for miles and miles in every direction. As you approach, you can see that there are a number of ships that are just sort of out in the open sea. Just the sails are down and they are adrift. The crew are on the deck. They have not dropped anchor, but you can see that they are looking towards the city. You can also see that some, off to your left, there are a couple of ships. There's probably like about a dozen ships that are just kind of out there, away from the actual harbor itself. And you see far off, just to your left as you're sailing in, which would be off to the northeast. You can see the triangles of sails on the horizon coming out of the bay and coming from the north. There's from your vantage point, there's probably 24 ships that are approaching from that direction.
So they're coming out from Dragasani.
No, they're coming out north of Dragasani.
North of Dragasani.
And coming into the
Bay.
Sabic Sea.
Sabic Sea.
Well, down this way.
Yeah, they're coming around from. Yeah, exactly.
I need that.
I go up behind Tempered.
We there yet?
Well, it's the horizon. Yes, I see it. But
Are we there yet?
That girl.
Yeah.
You are a cute one. But what I do see is
Sea's
for
not for me.
some reason they're hanging out in the harbor before they actually even get there. So
All right.
I'm not quite sure what's up. Are we close
What do
enough
you
to
do?
maybe talk with someone else on the other ship?
You could certainly steer yourself up and hail another ship.
Okay, that's what I want to do. Is
Okay.
kind of
All right.
go forward and
So
chat with someone.
the closest ship that you see is a galleon. It is fat with cargo. It is sitting low in the water. The sails are down. The crew, most of the crew, are busy about just doing maintenance of the ship, just staying busy. You are spotted as you approach. They send up a flag that tells you to keep hailing distance, but to not come any closer. And
So, is there anyone? Is it just that Gil and I on my ship then?
it's you, Thagil, and 3 crew members.
And 3 crew members. Okay. Well, as close as we can get, I'll tell my crew members to lower the sails a bit.
All right.
And
Yeah, so you pull in alongside. You're about 60 yards away, let's say. They have armaments on their ship. They've directed the ballista towards you just as a precaution because your ship flies no flag.
right. And I want to see the closest crew member, and I'm gonna.
So the captain, you can see the captain quickly moves to that side of the ship, and you can see the although this is a very big ship, the rails are kind of low, and you can see that the crew is made up mostly of gnomes.
Hey.
And, you can see the captain leans. The captain's wearing this just preposterous uniform. There's feather plumes going in every direction. There's colorful braids of silk and cord that are draped under each arm. You've seen people in military regalia before,
Right.
and this puts all of that to shame.
Okay.
He's got
That's a
buttons and
good-looking
medals
gentleman.
everywhere. And as he comes to the rail, just as he's about to step up to the rail, you see 2 other gnomes bring a barrel and kind of roll it up and put it in place. One of them drops down. You figure onto his all fours, and the
So he can step
ship
on.
captain steps up onto the barrel and just kind of.
And I just
Your-
shake my
Your
feathers.
kind,
I fluff 'em
Sir
up.
Captain. What seems to be the holdup here in the port? We've just come from Barrington and are wanting to come to port and
Well,
dock.
we're wanting to come to port too. I got barrels full of whiskey down below, and I got nowhere to put them. Near as we can tell, they've closed the port. They're not letting any ships in. Apparently, the Royal Navy sailed out before the sun came up. You see them sails on the horizon there? That's the Elf fleet. They're coming around. They're going to shut this whole place down.
So has anyone tried to dock at this point, or?
Well, there's one ship tried to dock. They kind of sent a message, sent some flaming pitch out at it, and they turned back and went the other way to be safe. So, you want to run the gauntlet, you go right ahead.
I'll put my arm around Temperance. Temperance, we gotta go. We gotta go. He's a good-looking gentleman.
I tell you what, you run that, you get into the port. I got 100 gold. Be waiting for you when I get in the port.
So how far are we from the port?
Probably from where you're at, it'll take. You're figuring about 30 minutes to half an hour to sail within probably range of their of any defenses, and then from there it's maybe a few more minutes to get inside the port itself. You've never been there before, but from what he said, they've clearly they've got some sort of equipment, some sort of gear that's set up to defend against ships coming from the sea.
Would you by chance have any, Dragasani colors or flags or anything that we might use to show of our goodwill to come to port?
Say, lady, we're from the Cahoots. We don't fly no colors from other countries. Why, that would be, what would you say the word? That would be inappropriate. Now, doesn't mean we don't have colors from other countries. It just means that we don't necessarily fly those colors.
What?
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all good over Thackel's head, right?
Don't understand.
How might I get some colors from you?
I tell you what, I'm in dire straits of getting some of my cargo into that there city, because I gotta get this ship unladen. I gotta keep moving. Tell you what, why don't we shift some of this whiskey onto that little runner of yours? You get it in there, you drop it off at my contact, and we'll meet up, and you can pay me back for it.
Oh, we'd be happy to do that.
All right. So why don't you come alongside, and we'll transfer the Whiskey and the colors.
Lola and
Lola.
Xena
Lola
and
I like it.
head on
And
over
Mrs. Woman.
and let's see what we can do to help them so that we
Okay.
can get into port.
All right.
So I'm gonna send over to the Amazons to try and transport it over with
Okay.
help with the transport.
All right, so you'll bring the ship up next to theirs. I mean, it's pretty stable. It's a big ship. It's fully laden. It's not going to roll on that much. Bring alongside. They tie off to your ship. You send your crew over. It immediately sends like a third of their crew into fits of catcalls, and because they've just never seen statuesque women like this
Right.
before. And in about probably about 5 hours, they transfer over enough barrels to fill your hold.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and he says, "Yeah, I think we could use a little bit of collateral for this, don't you think?"
Sure,
So
the
what do you
flag would
got?
be great.
I'm afraid what we have here is a failure to communicate. You see, I'm giving you this cargo and colors for you to be able to get into the harbor, but we may never see each other again, and I would like to meet up.
I'm going to lean over and say, "It's all right, friend. It's all good. Cast charm person. Try and let us go. DC 14.
Okay.
With our colors.
You're like, now I like the cut of your jib,
And I like the cut of
lizard
yours."
guy. In fact, I really like your colors. In fact, what if we do this? I'll let you go with the cargo with the promise that we will meet up. Just give me one of them feather dangles you got there, because it could use a little bit of color. Could not use a lot.
It's true. You could use a little bit of color. So I'll reach out, pull off a nice feather, hand it over, pull off a nice little copper dangly.
That's even
Here's
better.
a dangly.
All right.
Take care of my danglies.
I will keep your danglies in the palm of this hand
Bound to a danglies.
until my wrist gets tired, and then I will put them away.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
With that, he wishes you well. Lets you know that for them, if the port doesn't open in the next 24, 48 hours, they're going to head on to the Fermented Coast to drop off some cargo there and probably wait there for another day or two just to see whether or not there's a chance to go back. Okay. Because this is really where his primary staging point is for all of his cargo.
And where should we meet up here?
Well, there's a particular pub in there that's called the White Salamander.
I hate salamanders. Rotten pieces of shit. Steal all your stuff.
And for him, that's just the neighboring trailer park, right? Salamanders. I hate Salamander the most.
Fucking hate 'em.
Good luck. You're gonna need it. And with that, they cut you loose,
Okay.
and you get some big poles, push your ship away.
Right. And we put ourselves full up.
Good
Head
night.
in.
You're a couple of their crew members to your crew members. Call me. All right, you begin working towards the harbor.
Yep.
Okay.
I think speed's of the essence.
After 5 hours here, yes, I think so.
All right, so you begin to approach. As I said, it was about 30 minutes for you to get within range. You get a sense of what the harbor looks like. You can see that there are two main entrances in and out of the harbor, wide enough for probably three large ships to pass safely beside each other. In the middle is this massive ancient stone fortress. The stone is dark gray. The sides of it just covered with lichen, just growing all the way up to the top. There is a jetty off to one side of the landing where small boats and that could be tied off to it. To the other sides of the openings, you can see stone towers that are built up, and then piles of stone, jagged stone that rise above the surf as it crashes up against them and sends foam spraying everywhere. And these towers just extend probably every 150 yards either direction in kind of a curve. So
Are they like guard towers? Is that
yeah, guard towers. So you see the fortress right here, openings on either side, and then guard towers and rock barrier, seawall, that so that the inside of it is placid, just arcing back towards the cliffs. The city itself, Dragasani, is built in the belly and over the top of 3 hills. And on the Sabic seaside, the hills have just fallen away into these white chalk cliffs. Okay? So you've got these cliffs. To the north, you can see the golden domes of this massive temple. In the middle where it drops down, you can see just this city that extends, brown wood shingled rooftops just disappearing into the little vale there. And at the back end, you can see a lower hill, and on top of that is this great old castle. And then on the right side, on this, again, cliffs, just white chalk cliffs, you can see a collection of very just eclectic looking big buildings, probably 5-6 story buildings, towers all together, that just stretch out and just cover that bluff of that hill. And carved into the cliff, you can see what looks to be some sort of amphitheater, like that's goes maybe a third of the way down the cliffs on that side. This massive theater that's been carved into the cliff.
Okay.
Okay. At your approach, you can see through these openings into the harbor. You can't see any ships in there at all.
None whatsoever.
No.
Okay.
It's a good sign.
It's a
That's
great
promising.
sign. It is a very promising
It's a
sign.
terrible sign.
You're not going to have to look for parking. I mean,
We're gonna head in.
Okay.
Not much else.
Give me a deception check.
Oh boy.
On how you've positioned the colors and the pace, the speed that the ship is coming in at.
she knocked this one into a 20. Does that count?
It's a 5.
5. Okay. So you're coming in fairly healthy clip, and you just on the top of one of the castle of that fortification in the middle, you just see this glow and.
Oh no.
It's not aimed at your ship. It's aimed out in front of you, and it lands probably 50 yards in front of your ship. This massive ball of boiling pitch, just the flames just trailing behind it, this black cloud going all the way back in a tail to where it was launched, and poof, it hisses, and the sea just rushes away from it as it just hits and then sinks down.
Smells like my mom was cooking.
That's the
think we go
customary
faster.
greeting here. That's how they say hello to
Yeah.
everybody.
Can we get in faster and try and
Lola?
You can
Lola.
certainly try.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a. What do we do for that?
What would we do for that?
Give me a nature check. I know it's odd, but I think it would be
That's where we're going.
your understanding of the ship.
10.
10. Okay, so you're calling to the crew to get the sail even more taut, just cranking it in and changing the angle just to squeeze a little bit more speed out of it. I'm not sure that you can, but you're closing in on that on the one. Which opening? You going to the north opening or the south opening?
I think we're going the north.
Okay, so you're closing in on that north opening, and then you see, poof, and then from a tower.
Oh no.
Can we
Wait a second.
the white? Well, let's take a white flag and just kind of hold it out
Just okay. You can so
with
you
their
wanna-
colors as well.
That's gonna burn up. I don't know what you're trying to do with a white flag. I ain't gonna stop no fireball.
The first shot goes long, but it's closer than the other one. It hits about 30 feet beyond you and just behind you, and the water just erupts up. The second one falls short by about 15 feet. You get the sense that they've kind of bracketed you as you're coming in. So what do you can just grab like a sail or what
Yeah.
and just wave it? Okay.
Maybe we turn to the other one real quick.
They're probably nicer over there.
Sure, the south
You're way
side.
more welcome.
Okay. You just do you
One neighbor's
slow
good,
down?
one's bad.
Try to keep speeding up? What do you try to do?
Well, we'll take a slight slower pace, but still keep moving forward.
Okay.
I don't want
Say
to be
Fat Gil
threatening.
You just
but
Fat Gil got into it.
Yeah,
That's the accent you're gonna have to fight against the whole time.
yeah, seriously.
I'm on Amazon War.
August start
Very-
talking
Stop
like that,
it!
Gil.
Very sophisticated
Stop
people.
it!
We've been at sea a long time.
All right. Okay. So you ease off just a little bit as you see 3 more shots coming in.
You made yourself
I'm
an
sure these
easier
are
target.
warning shots too, don't you think?
You usually get 5 warning shots
I think it's 5
before
is the
any
rule.
real
I
fire.
think 5's the rule.
So the fact that you eased off, it threw all the shots just come in front of you. One of them quite a ways out. The third one lands close enough to spray the ship with hot water.
How far are we away from the?
You're estimating that you probably have
Harbor.
one more volley of shots coming at you before you'll slip into that gap between the towers, and then be into the port.
Oh,
If we can change direction just a little bit, maybe pick it up, maybe slow it down. Let's throw these guys off a little bit.
Zigzag.
What do you think?
Serpentine.
Lola.
Serpentine.
Serpentine!
What the hell's
Serpentine!
I like that name, Lola.
What do you do?
Zigzag.
Zigzag. The slowest zigzag ever.
Tack! And tack!
Come on.
And tack!
We lost the wind.
So your crew
Now pick up speed!
jumps into action, and they are working that sail, just knocking loose, pulling across the yard across, tying it over here so that you swing this way, and then looking to do the same, and knocking it and swinging it back, and you're tacking your way and trying to serpentine your way past it. And as you
Fat, do you know what is going on here? Sorry, I'm seriously gonna stop that. Do you know what
I think it's just a magical effect.
I think
By-
it makes sense. You've been on a boat with him.
by
for a long
chance
time.
is going on here in Dragasani?
Well, I don't think we're being fired on by a bunch of fiery balls.
I see that. I see that.
4 shots come
Okay.
streaking out from 2 from the castle,
Yeah, they just have to-
or 3 from the castle and 1 from the tower.
Your brother's in there, though. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Okay.
We gotta go.
The first 2 shots,
One way
as
or
you
another.
bring your first tack in, the first 2 shots go long. As you go into it and begin to turn around, and you just have to just kind of stall for a second and bring it around. The third and the fourth shots just slam into the ship.
Oh, that's not good. Now you really gotta go.
Can you
Okay.
swim?
For sure.
All right. So the first
Good.
one hits right up at the bow on the side of the ship above the waterline, just slams into it, and flaming pitch just goes streaming across the deck up front. The second shot hits just back of midships in front of the wheel where you're at, and it just lands kind of on the edge of the far edge of the deck, hits the deck, and most of the shot goes over the edge, but pitch just explodes onto the deck, and you have 2 fires now raging on your ship.
We'll work to get those fires.
One problem at a time.
And with
Sail
swing
the
it back
timbers
around again, and
For Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, exactly. Top of the mast as it sinks in.
you are now in the harbor. So
Okay.
you're in
On
the harbor.
fire.
Yep. A flaming boat.
Okay,
Broken the
we're gonna
blockade.
try and get the fire out.
Okay. All right.
That's what
So
we'll do first.
you, Fat Gil, your 3 crew all begin to it's just bailing buckets, and you're just throwing salt water at it as best you can. You're taking blankets or sail cloth and just trying to bash it out. The one that's midships, you're able to get out fairly quickly because most of it had just overshot. But the one up front, it does some pretty good damage before you're actually able to get it out.
Okay.
Okay, and as you were just smashing away at it, the ship has just continued to move into the harbor.
We should stop the ship.
And you can see that as you're approaching in the waterfront for Dragasani, you can see that the middle of that little vale between the hills is carved by a river, a small river, and the docks are just spread out on both sides of it. And you can see off, like almost dead ahead of you, is what looks to be a shipyard. where they repair or build ships. There's nothing there
That's
right
gonna be
now.
handy.
Repair
But
might be a good
there's these massive metal gantries, things you've never seen anything like this before. This is for building big
This is all
ships. That just is all built around this recessed area. And you can see cranes of different sizes and shapes, all made out of
Can
metal.
we make it towards there?
Oh yeah, you'll make
Okay,
it into there.
we'll
as well.
make it there and dock there.
Okay. So you will pull into that. You'll just go straight in, and just set in that space. And as you do, you can see as you're approaching along the waterfront off from a distance. You can see this troop of guards led by a very fast, incredibly fast walking a woman who's got just this pile of hair on top, and she's just moving. It's not like she's running. She's moving very efficiently, very quickly. The legs are just. So you pull into there. You throw ropes out, and you begin to tie yourself off to one side of this area where ships are repaired at. And as she comes up with her guards behind her, she's just like, "No! This is not what we do. What? Why do you ignore the warning shots? Why would you do that?"
I'd
That's
say
what they
the
were.
warning shots were absolutely not ignored. They actually hit our ship. At least twice that I could count. I'm not a counter, but I think it was twice.
Who is captain of ship? Who is captain?
And I'll step forward and talk. I am the captain. I'm Temperance Steel, Amazon, warrior. I am here to find my brother, and I had no idea what is going on. All I know is that I needed to get to land, and
Well, you have succeeded in getting to land.
Thank you.
And as she's talking, the guards have thrown a plank onto the ship and are coming on board. And that, you get off ship now. You get off ship now.
okay.
Don't make me come on there. I am harbor master. They do the ship thing. I stand here on dock.
Okay.
You come to me.
It's true to be a shipmaster.
Let's look, and we will tie off, and have the other Amazons tie us off all the way off.
So they don't even have a chance to do that, because as the guards come on board, they begin to like just grab people and pull them off the ship.
Okay.
All four of you.
Okay.
So how far behind us were these elven ships coming in?
They're at this
An
point,
hour, 10 hours?
That was 5 hours
probably
ago.
about an hour and a half.
So they're coming.
They're coming.
They're coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Might be good
says-
intel.
Says your name again?
It's Temperance Steel. We noticed that there were a whole other fleet of ships that were coming in behind
That's
us.
right, and it is quite obvious you are lead ship for them. Temperance Steel, you are under arrest. You and your crew are all under arrest. And with that, they begin to pull out the irons. You will drop weapons right now.
I will not.
You will not?
No.
You do not drop weapons.
I
My
have
God,
done-
they will kill you.
We have done nothing wrong.
You have flown colors of Dragasani. You're not a Dragasani ship. You ignore the warning shots to not come into harbor. You know there is war now.
I did not know there was war.
Then you are fool.
It may be.
Then you are even bigger fool. Not know that there is war, and you think that you can come here, do these things, and then just walk through city.
Are all the guards on the ship right now?
No, there's like
Okay.
5. So just so you know, it's not like there's 2. There's like 20 guards.
Oh, shit.
There's like
You're not a
there's
counter.
like
This is gonna
5
be-
on.
this is gonna
You
be-
thought there
There
was
was like
two.
5 on the
Counters.
ship.
1, 2, and more.
There's like 5 on the ship and 15 behind her.
All right, so there's some.
So
By lizard folk standard.
so
There's some guards.
you can make easy and be arrested, and we take you up to the keep and we figure this out, or you can make difficult and I will have you killed. This is war.
We will come with you.
Very good choice. Coward. Right, and with that they put you in shackles and begin to escort you through the city.
So, I carry their liquor. I skillfully dodge their fireballs. And I dock in the harbor. And now I'm in jail. Dragasani really puts the drag in Asani. Okay.
Okay. With that,
Welcome to Dragasani.
Yeah.
It's a great place to be. Very, how you say, friendly. Super
It's really nice. Everyone meets you at the harbor. Big welcome.
So it's been 5 hours, at least. You said it took them.
Yeah, for them about.
What would we do for 5 hours?
We would go.
For they would
get
have
a
started
drink.
a little bit before you guys. Yeah. So exactly. What would you have done?
Well, of course we would have got a drink, calm our nerves.
Naturally.
Obviously. I have some on me right now, but I could go for
Well, just
something else.
the
You have a
little-
place in mind? I'm good for anything.
The
honestly.
wand and fiddle's always good. It's near the ring. Perhaps that might be a good place. I doubt he'd look for us. Well, maybe it's not the wand and fiddle. Maybe someplace else. How about we go to? Oh, what about the overbearing cup?
That sounds nice.
I like it.
I will pay for the first round.
Oh, thank you. I'll
I
pay for
lost-
the second.
I don't know if you saw. I lost a lot of the gold that I had on my person.
Well, we'll get that back.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out a way.
We'll get some
I was
gold back.
thinking, if we turn ourselves in, we get 100 gold. Is then all we have to do is escape? Again, we did it once. We can do it again.
100 apiece?
Well, no, but wait. What was
I
the
don't
offer?
know if that's no.
We'll talk
Do you
it
know
over.
that's a no?
We'll talk about it over the drink. Yes.
All right, let's do that.
All right.
So we'll go to the overbearing cup,
Okay.
Cool name.
grab a drink.
Is that a place for Pierce? That, Pierce
Yeah, that's a place he knows.
Where is it located?
We
It
probably
is
would have been
located in. It's outside the ring,
Okay.
but not so far. It's kind of like one of those outskirt places.
Okay.
such like a cool place. It's
Yeah,
up
it's a
and
little.
coming.
It's a little bit understated. It's off campus, if you
We
will.
like to keep
so,
it that way.
yeah.
Okay. So you begin to work your way down from Temple Crest, which is where all of your dalliance occurred, working your way through the city in the
That's good.
direction
Good place
of the Overbearing Cup. You are intimately familiar with the fact that Drobada, which is the kingdom that Dragasani is the capital of, has been at war with the elves of Ibn Taido for probably the last almost a full year. You know that that the Drobadan army has, well, depends on who you talk to, right? Some people will tell you, the crown, the king and the queen have said that the army is returning, having successfully taught the elves a lesson about encroaching on Drobada space and territory. Others would say that they suffered a horrific defeat when they were up north and that they were actually retreating. What you do know is that there was apparently a peace of some sort had been signed while the army was retreating. But then during that peace, the elves in the last probably 24 hours launched an invasion and landed troops to the east of the city.
Oh, that's not good.
And that they have cut off the retreat of the army. The city
That's
itself,
lost.
over the course of the last couple of days, I should say the last day, has the gates have been open and peasants from the countryside have just been pouring into the city. As you move your way through, the main thoroughfares and the side streets are just filled with people who have nowhere to go. No place to stay. They're literally fighting with each other for just a scrap of comfort, a little square of ground up against a building out of the thoroughfare. People are begging left and right for scraps of food. The priests of the various churches have come down, and you can see that they're ministering to people, but there's a lot of people there. You also know that Drobada, and Dragasani in particular, has suffered a lot. I mean, a lot of the fighting age men and women have not come back. And as you can see, as you work through the crowd, and you noticed this the day before, actually for several days, because there were advanced group units of soldiers coming, just stragglers coming in of soldiers that talk about how they were just overrun. And so there are soldiers that are working through the streets and that. And as you are approaching sort of the middle of the city on your way to the Overbearing Cup, you can see a woman that, that Disco recognizes.
Oh,
because
hello.
She lives in your apartment building.
Oh,
Her name is Hedwiga
Hedwiga.
Palzuska. Palczewska. And she is
Just write random letters.
Yeah.
It'll be.
Hedwiga Przus.
Hedwiga.
Hedwiga.
There's a
Hedwiga.
7 somewhere in there too.
She is walking down the middle of the street, and she just is. Her face is just. It's blank. You know, she just is. Oh, you know, this look of shock, and emptiness on her face. It's like she doesn't even know what's around her. She's just sort of kind of staggering back and forth. The crowd is jostling her, and she kind of shifts for a second and just keeps walking along.
Hedwiga, how old is she?
She is in her late 20s.
Okay. Do I know? What do I know about her? Like, does she have family here? Is she living with her family? Is she living by herself?
Yeah, her husband, whose name is
That's
Ambrosi, he's a soldier in the army. They have four children, all daughters under the age of 10.
Okay. All right. Well, I will quickly make my way over to her. Say, Hedwiga, what is wrong? What does he matter?
At first, he just doesn't even notice.
Hey, hello. Yes, hi. Look at me.
She's
What's
just-
going on? You look so sad.
He's not coming back.
Oh no.
They told me that he died at the river. That he was there holding the elves off so that the army could make it across. But they said they saw him die.
Hedwiga, I'm so sorry. Your husband, he died a hero. He will always be remembered for that sacrifice. Please, come with me. Yes, let's go get you a drink. Let's sit you down. Everything's going to be just fine. Yes, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
course.
Yes. Hedwiga, is it?
Hedwiga, yes.
Hedwiga.
Come
Hedwiga,
with
that's
us.
what I'm saying.
You're now in the company of friends, new friends as well as Disco.
Disco, what am I going to do?
We are going to figure it out.
If the elves come, they will go after these soldiers' wives, their families. They would kill us.
That seems
What do we do?
very unlikely. You've heard as well as I have that we had a very good battle recently, and that it was a rousing success, and that the elves, I'm sure they will not be coming anytime soon.
Is this actually true?
That's
just
what
curious.
I've heard.
I'm just curious.
Because
Are
you were
you-
saying we've
are you
heard
trying to
both, right?
deceive
You've
her?
heard both. No, well,
Yeah.
more comfort.
Oh, you mean like if...
Comfort, right, yeah.
Okay.
Because I've heard, I mean, yeah, I
I'm
think
not
we
gonna
all
say
know that
Hedwiga,
that's
but I'm just
probably
trying to
not
think-
true, but that's what the king and queen are
That's
saying.
what. That's.
Please, Hedwiga, let's get you a drink and sit you down.
She's
We're
sort
going
of...
to figure out what you're going to do.
She sinks into the comfort of your arm,
yes.
and just tears have finally just broken, and she just curls into your shoulder and begins to cry.
All right, there's a expensive coat. Okay. Oh yes, no, quiet, please. Where are we going?
Overbearing cup.
Is that going to be a good place?
Oh, it'd be fine.
Okay,
Yeah, it'd be fine. It's kind of understated.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of students go there.
Okay.
That's ironic.
All right, yes, we will take Hedwiga to the overbearing cup.
So you continue to work your way through the city. The scene is just as difficult to bear on the other side of the river as it is the side that you met Hedwiga on. Is the street again? The streets are full. You can see that there are officers in the king's army who, as they see soldiers and stragglers, are rounding them up and beginning to take them off, more likely to reform units to defend the city itself. You make it to the overbearing cup, which is tucked into a little like a little alleyway. It's kind of tucked back in. It's not on a main street. It's a very outside. It's a very nondescript place. Very plain. You can see that the sign on it is a very large cup, and then another smaller cup, and the big cup is kind of leaning in over the other cup, and the other cup has a little puddle of water at the bottom of it.
Nice.
And as you open up the door to the inside, there's this music just comes pouring out. That is very, it's kind of like, it's very triumphant, very celebratory in nature. And you can see that up where the bars would play, there's a trio of musicians. Pierce, you recognize them from school. and they are just playing a rousing song. And you also, Disco, you recognize a couple of individuals from the wizard school that you were at, who are sitting at a table, and they are, one of them's just pounding the table, and you can hear him say, saying, "We'll defend the city to the last man." And then the person says, "And woman." And woman.
And the woman, of course. All right, yes. Then, Pierce, let's get to the table. And,
Absolutely. You get us a table.
Joe,
I go up and join.
I just hand you...
The musicians?
I go up
Will
and
you
join.
go
them.
get us...
Just gotta see if I can sit in.
Yeah,
barge
they
in.
see you, and they're like, everybody, it's Pierce. He's going to join us for a song.
Absolutely. And we just kind of jump into it, and as we're playing, I actually use... they know bards cast magic, and that's part of their performance, right? And I just use minor illusion to create these triumphant, majestic scenes of our armies marching over the hills with kind of almost a slow motion with the sun rising behind them.
Lots of long
These triumphant faces. They've been through battle, but they're ready for another one. And we're just going to have this whole thing kind of almost like a projector.
What a great propaganda.
And it has... Okay, so do a performance.
Red Baron
Okay.
flying off.
It's 22.
Oh, it has the desired effect. Everybody in there is just focused on your performance. The music fills them with determination. The scenes of the soldiers coming back just reinforces what is already their belief that the elves cannot even dare to breach the walls here, and if they even would consider laying siege to the fortress. And everybody is just cheering and yelling, and the place is just... it's just... What was, when you came in, was a degree where people weren't, they were kind of fluctuating on, is now, everybody in there, you get the sense, is ready to just march out, pick up a sword, and man the walls.
Just drafted a bunch of drones into the army.
She's seeing it all, and she kind of is she kind of starts to come to a little bit more, but she's very conflicted about it. It's kind of hard for her to think about everybody in here just going off to fight, right?
So, well, it's the right thing to do for the city. So it's we can be depressed or we can be energized.
That's fine.
And Jovis is walking from the bar back to our table holding everyone's drinks.
Oh, yes.
Kind of stumbling.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Jovis. Thank you. All right, I'll get Hedwig her drink.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just have my drink on the stage and I'll just keep performing with these guys. So,
Excellent. Okay. So she just kind of, the drink is there, and she just kind of looks down at it, and she's just like, what am I going to do?
Yes,
It's not coming back.
No, he's not. I'm
What
very
are we
sorry.
all going to do? What are we going to do?
I don't know.
She's like,
This is not what I thought I was going to be thinking about this
yeah.
Yes, we are in quite the
She actually
predicament.
looks back between the two of you. She's like, Pierce sings these songs of triumph and victory, but the army is destroyed. They are floating out to sea.
Do you know what a pickle is?
Quite there. Oh, yes. Well, Hedwiga, there are things that are inside of our control, and there are things that are, how you say, outside of our control. Let's focus on these things that are inside of our control. That is good, yes? That is good. For example, one thing that is in your control is you can take a little sip. Have some water. You need some, have some water. Drink some water, yes, good. Good. That, running out of ideas of things that are inside of our control.
that's it.
All right, Hedwiga. Hedwiga, we're going to figure this out. I'm going to help you. It's going to be okay. So, you have your 4 beautiful young little girls, yes? You want to take care of them, of course. How much gold is left over from the drinks? I gave her 3 gold.
Okay.
How much would a round of drinks have cost? Where'd she come back with?
Oh, right now she comes back with
3 gold.
a gold.
A gold? All right. Was there any change?
Yes, and I also have some I can.
Okay.
I'll give him
1 gold, really?
Okay, no, I'll give
Did you
you
get the
10.
most expensive drinks in this
I'll give
town?
you
That's
10
fine.
gold.
Oh, thank you.
So 9 of it is.
It's kind of an alcohol shortage, I think, at this point too. 'Cause
That's
all of
true.
it's in the bay.
All right, so I take my 1
rest.
gold, or I have.
It's on our ship, actually.
All right.
That's what we're saying.
I am out. Okay, I take all 5 of my last gold, and the tent that I get from Jorvis. Okay, this is where we're going to start. We're going to start with this. This is to just help you get back on your feet. Take it. Take the money. I won't hurt my feelings if you don't take it. I want you to have it. Actually, first, let me put it in. I take a pouch off my belt and don't hold on to that. Don't lose that. People here, there are a lot of people like Jorvis who will steal that. If you're not careful. No offense, Jorvis. You are great. I appreciate your friendship. All right. So you've got that. That's good. That's very good.
It is.
That's great.
It's good.
But we need to find a way for you to have more steady income, job. Yes, we are going to need to get you a job, for sure.
Well, she has a job. She's a launderer.
Oh, perfect. Okay, that's good. But then I should not have given the money. Okay.
She probably does your laundry. She's
probably
in the building.
does.
She's
She
a
does my
laundress.
part.
Yeah, I bet
Okay.
she
Probably should do
That's
it
great.
now.
Hedvig up.
She do all our laundry.
Well, we've gotten a good little start there for you. Use that to spoil your little girls. They are going to need you now more than ever. All right?
Thank you.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Yes. Jervis.
Yeah.
You have been very great. This is the tent. That was very nice. Thank you. I am now broke.
got you, man.
Thank you. All right. Well, maybe.
You see her looking at you, and she kind of looks above your head for just a second.
What? What are you looking at? Is my hair good? I did not have time to do it this morning. What?
She's like, thought I
What?
saw some. She's like, never mind. I'm exhausted. I'm seeing things.
Do I see anything?
Is my hair okay?
Do a perception check.
What's wrong with my hair?
My hair out.
16.
16. Yeah, when she looked up, and you're kind of you're
mean,
focused on things. You kind of look up, and it's you look above Disco's head, and off behind him there's torch lights, and Pierce has got his show going on. And for just a second, there's like just this flicker of light above, just couple little flashes of just for like above Disco's head.
I'm being very weird right now. All right. Well, we've got you your drink. We've got you some gold. Let's do this. Let's sit here. We'll have a few more drinks. We'll relax. We'll let Pierce do his show about these things that he likes to do. But it's a very good show. I understand it. I would do it the same.
Yes.
Then when he's all done, let's walk you back. Let's stop at the market. Let's pick up something fun for your daughters. Something nice.
They would like that.
They would like that a lot. And then we'll take you home. And we'll go from there. That is the best plans that I can think of at this time.
Promise me.
But
Promise me, Disco. That
of course.
if the elves come, you will protect me and my little girls. You won't let them get my girls.
They will not get anywhere close to you. I promise.
Thank you. And
I
she
will,
just-
how you say, die for you. You have my word.
Just like
I
that.
hope it does not come to that.
have my
I do. I hope it does not. And with that, she just, she's kind of, you see relief kind of come into her, and even she just sort of slumps, as if it took all the energy she had just to get this far.
All right. Fair. That felt good. I think we did the right thing.
So,
All right, yeah.
Pierce, as you are performing, you see another fellow bard that you have spent these past few years in training with. It is Heftadi,
Heftadi,
a
okay.
female dwarf bard.
Okay.
She comes in through the front door in full jester garb. Right, the bells are
okay.
jangling and the knees are bringing up high, and she's just looking around, and the face is wide, as she's just like, "The elves are coming! The elves are coming! They're marching down the Crown Road right now!" And as she's saying this, is like ching 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 ching.
What a show.
And
Quick insight. I mean, this is real, right?
yeah, do insight.
I don't know.
And everybody in there, you get like this mixture, like everything just goes dead silent. All the musicians just stop. She's like, "They're marching towards the gate right now! Come on!" And then she sees you, and she's like, and then she sees you, and she kind of pushes, the crowd just out the door, everybody just stampeding to go towards the walls. And she just kind of sets herself, and everybody just breaks around her like a, waves on a rock. And then she comes up to you, and she says, "Pierce, so there's more news, and I figured you probably would care, right? So
Absolutely.
some fool ship tried to make it into the harbor. They're nearly burned to the water line. But here's the thing. They said on the ship there were these 4 women that were manning it, and they said they were like tall and just incredibly attractive and like all no and stuff like that. And I thought, because you'd always told us about how your sister was kind of tall and all, it'd be interesting to you to know that there was a ship like that. Oh, by the way, they had like some dragonborn on wearing like a feather boa. I got to get one like it, but just want to let you know. But the elves are coming. The elves are coming. Let's go.
All right, let's go, Hef. And shall we? Head down to the docks, perhaps.
Do you think it could be?
Hedvega.
I don't know. I thought she was on to her island.
What's
perhaps news from Temperance? That might be interesting. Come to the docks with me.
Right.
Come to the docks.
What should we do with Hedvega? Can you get home safely?
Yeah, it's not that far away.
All right. Go home right away. Find your 4 daughters, and then lock yourself in your apartment.
She said, you can see when she said the elves were here, just
As quickly as you can, and then only open the door if you hear this. Hello, it's me, Disco. Then you will open the door, but nothing else. Okay? I have to go with my friends.
Okay. As you go, you go to she
Give her a little
puts
kiss
her
on
hands
the
on your arm and she says, "Thank you so much, Disco.
Oh, you're very welcome.
It means so much."
Oh, you're very welcome. It was the least I could do.
And then she just kind of waits for the place to empty out. Okay.
Get done with Disco and where's Jordan? There you are. All right.
All right.
All right.
Sorry.
Does Hef go with us as well, or is she going?
Hef's already kind of heading towards the wall.
Okay, so we're going to the docks.
Okay.
All right.
So you're going to go to the docks. Going back around to you, you have allowed yourself to be arrested. So you are marched through the streets, and as you go up from the docks, you see the same spectacle around you that that the rest of the party has seen. The streets are just full of the displaced people, the peasants that have come in from the field that you can see that they have like sacks of the few measly possessions that they had with them.
I'm gonna try and talk with the captain or the guard who's
The harbor master.
Harbor
yeah,
mistress.
harbor mistress,
Harbor
and
mistress.
find out what's going on. Why are these people? Why are they all around? Why are they look as if they're suffering? What?
You really are from under a turnip truck, aren't you, pretty lady?
I don't get it.
This war.
She's from a
These
ship.
are our people. They have come in from fields.
Why aren't you taking care of them?
Well, you should know what's going on. You are a spy for the elves. You should know that you have caused this. Your army has invaded our homeland.
We are not. We are Amazons.
You are Amazon?
We are
I've
Amazons.
not seen Amazon in a long time.
We only come out every.
So when did Amazon become ally of elves?
Amazons are not allies of elves.
You break into our harbor under false colors. Why should we think that you are not allies of them?
We brought in some goods that were needed, and also a need to get into the harbor. They said that we would be able to dock and with
Who is they? Who they is
we
elves
brought
that
in-
sent you ahead
no,
to say that you
what
would
was the
tell us
captain's
these
name?
things?
The gnomish captain.
Yeah,
You're asking the wrong lady, folks.
yeah.
Long feathers.
I tell her the name of
Am
the
I
captain
Dingley's?
and just say
Dangle.
Dang.
he's a regular
Don't get it,
who brings in goods, liquor and stuff, and he wasn't able to get in, and I had told him that I had to get here. I
From
have
the
to see,
cahoots. He's
From
from,
the
the
cahoots.
He's from the cahoots.
and I needed to find my brother.
This lizard can talk. He's so good.
He is good. He is very
Cahoots.
good.
He's cahoots.
But-
Cahoots.
But more importantly, beside my brother at this point, how can we help you?
You are not in any position to think that you can help us. You are going into prison, and then we will get this all figured out from there. And by this time, you have reached. You've worked your way through the city, and up to this. To the base of the hill upon which the main castle is built, and you can see as you're approaching the up on the ramparts of the castle, there are just soldiers just walking back and forth on the towers and along the ramparts. In front of you is a keep that has been built into the base of this hill, and they take you in through the entrance. All of your gear, everything that you had on you, is just thrown onto this big table off to one side. They push you in through the back, open up 2 cells, and just force you into the cells. So you go into one cell by yourself. The rest of you go into another.
Smells like home.
They lock it up, and the harbor mistress says, "If you are lucky, you will spend life in prison. If you are spy like we know you are spy, you will hang from wall, and you will show elves that we will not tolerate you and their Amazon allies on our soil. So, if you have God to pray to, you should start praying." And she turns her back, walks out, and a door, when you hear the bolt. And with that, we will take a break.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Don't worry. We'll break out, no problem. It's gonna be easy.
I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
As soon as we explain everything, everyone will
I'll do it.
Everybody,
I'll explain everything.
everybody who runs in, goes through the warning shots into a harbor. Yeah, it's not what it is.
Well, you know,
Come
good
on,
thing.
man.
just
Who
because they
hasn't-
have,
who
they have their
hasn't
own
done that?
problems, but you have your thing you have to do. So what are you gonna do?
I don't know how these
What are
people
you gonna do?
work.
All right. So at this point, we're going to take about a 20-minute break. And then we'll come back for our second session. So we hope that you've enjoyed everything up to this point, getting a chance to know the characters and see how everything just sort of starting out for everybody in the city of Dragasani. I hope you're having a good time, and a good enough time that you want to come back in about 20 minutes. So we will see you for session 2.
Oh, sure. See you in a little bit.
Excellent.
Good dang. Why am I worried about stretching? Armies have lost wars because they ain't stretching none. You ever heard tell the story of a Charlie horse would harken in the end of times? Well, me neither. But what if?